By the time afternoon settled over the building, Emily no longer felt like she was standing on solid ground. Every look, every pause, every quiet moment felt charged with something unsaid. She tried to work. She really did. But the numbers blurred, and the words refused to stay still. Alex's office door was closed. That alone made her uneasy. Nico appeared beside her desk without warning. "You look like someone just told you a secret you were never supposed to hear." She stiffened. "What do you know?" He smiled softer this time, not teasing. "Enough." Emily folded her arms. "Then tell me." Nico leaned closer, lowering his voice. "The boss has been walking a straight line for years. Power control distance. Then you showed up." She shook her head. "This is not about me." Nico let out a quiet breath. "It always starts like that." Before she could respond, Alex's door opened. "Emily." The way he said her name pulled her to her feet instantly. "Come in." She followed him inside. The door closed. The room felt smaller than before. Alex stood with his back to her hands, braced on the desk. When he turned, his expression was tight, controlled, strained. "Nico told you something," she said quietly. Alex jaw clenched. "He talks too much." Then deny it. Silence. That was all the answer she needed. "You are jealous," she said. The word hung between them. Heavy. Alex did not deny it. Did not soften it. Did not step away. "Yes." Her breath caught. The honesty hit harder than anger. "I should not be," he continued. "Your life is yours. Your choices are yours. But when I heard you say not yet, something snapped." Emily's heart pounded. "Why?" "Because it meant you were free. And because I wanted something I had no right to want." She took a slow step closer. "You act like wanting me is a mistake." Alex laughed, once low, bitter. "It is not a mistake. It is dangerous." "For who?" "For you." She stopped in front of him. "I am standing right here." He looked at her then. Really looked. Like a man who had been denying himself something essential. "I am trying to keep distance," he said. "Trying to do what is right. But every day you are closer. Every day it gets harder." Emily's voice was barely steady. "You do not scare me." "I should." "You do not." The space between them disappeared without either of them moving. Heat filled the room, thick, slow, undeniable. Alex lifted a hand, then stopped inches from her face. "If I cross this line," he said, "I will not be able to pretend anymore." She swallowed. "Then do not pretend." His breath broke. "Emily." The way he said it sounded like surrender. A knock hit the door hard. Both of them froze. Nico's voice came through. "Boss downstairs now." Alex closed his eyes for a moment, then stepped back. "Stay here," he said. He left without looking back. Emily stood alone, heart racing, body warm, mind spinning. Jealousy. Truth. Desire. She finally understood. This was not a game. Not confusion. Not coincidence. Alex Rossi wanted her. And he was losing control, trying not to show it. Emily did not leave the office after Alex walked out. She stood there long after the door closed, listening to her own breathing, feeling the echo of his presence like a hand, still resting against her skin. Her mind replayed everything. The confession. The jealousy. The way his voice changed when he said her name. This was no longer confusion. It was clarity. And clarity was terrifying. When Alex returned, it was later. Much later. The building had quieted. The noise replaced by a low hum of lights and distant movement. He entered without speaking and closed the door behind him. Not sharply. Not softly. Just final. Emily turned toward him. "You left me here." "I needed control," he said. She nodded. So did I. They stood on opposite sides of the room. Distance stretched tight and fragile. Alex broke it first. You should not be involved in this. And me. Emily took a step forward. Too late. His jaw tightened. You do not understand what you are stepping into. Then tell me, she said. Do not decide for me. He looked at her like the words struck something deep. You think this is romance. But it is risk. Every person close to me becomes a target. Her voice did not shake. And yet you pulled me closer. Because I cannot stop. That admission hung heavy. Alex ran a hand through his hair. I wanted to keep you safe from a distance. But I failed. Emily closed the space between them. You did not fail. You tried. His breath hitched when she stood inches away. If I let myself want you fully, I will protect you in ways you may not like. She met his gaze. Then let me choose. Silence wrapped around them. Thick and waiting. Alex lifted his hand slowly. Not touching. Just hovering. A question. Emily leaned in. Not a word. Just trust. His fingers brushed her cheek. Gentle, restrained, like he was holding something fragile. The touch sent warmth through her chest. This is where it ends or begins, he said quietly. Emily whispered. Then begin. Their faces were close. Too close. Breath mingling. Everything slowed. Alex leaned down. Not rushing. Not claiming. Just surrendering. A knock shattered the moment. Both of them froze. Alex's eyes closed in frustration. Not now. Nico's voice came through the door. Boss, we have movement. Alex dropped his hand immediately. The walls snapped back into place. Stay here, he said firmly. Emily nodded even though her heart protested. He paused at the door. Turned back. I meant what I said earlier. You matter. Then he was gone. Emily sank into the chair behind her. Her pulse loud in her ears. This was not a near kiss. It was a line crossed without touch. She understood now. She was no longer standing near danger. She was standing inside it. And she was not running. Whatever came next, she would face it with him. The truth did not arrive loudly. It crept in quietly like something that had been waiting for the right moment. Emily was alone in Alex's office when it finally reached her. The lights were dimmed outside the windows, the city glowing low and distant. She sat at his desk, not touching anything, just breathing, trying to steady the storm inside her chest. The door opened without warning. Alex stepped in. His face was different. Not guarded. Not cold. Heavy. You should not be here alone, he said. She stood immediately. Neither of them spoke for a long moment. Then she said it. You knew. Alex closed the door behind him slowly. Yes. You knew who I was before I ever walked in here. He did not deny it. He nodded once. Emily felt something inside her break open. Not anger. Not fear. Shock. How long, she asked quietly. From the moment I saw your resume. Her breath shook. So everything. The job. The protection. The rules. They were never random. No. She laughed softly, but there was no humor in it. I thought I was invisible. You were never invisible to me. She looked at him, then really looked. And for the first time, she saw the weight he had been carrying. My father, she whispered. What did he do? Alex moved closer, but stopped himself halfway. He chose his words carefully. Your father came to me years ago. He was desperate. Not for power. Not for money. For you. Emily's heart twisted. He was in the wrong place with the wrong people. When he realized it, he tried to leave. They would not let him. Tears burned her eyes. Why did he not come back to us? Because leaving quietly would have followed him home. Emily pressed a hand to her mouth. You are saying he disappeared to protect you. The room felt smaller, the past closing in. He trusted me, Alex continued. He asked me to make sure his name vanished, to make sure you never grew up in this world. Emily shook her head slowly. So when I came here, I recognized the name, and I remembered the promise. Her voice cracked. You watched me. Yes. From where? From the edges. From a distance. I made sure nothing followed you. Nothing touched you. Emily felt tears slip free. You decided my life without telling me. I tried not to. I wanted you to choose your own path. I only stepped in when you walked toward me. She looked at him, pain and understanding colliding. So this, us, was never an accident. Alex's eyes darkened. No. That scared her more than any threat ever could. Say it, she whispered. He did not hesitate. Your father trusted me with your safety. And I fell in love with the woman you became. Emily breath caught. You never told me because I did not want you to feel trapped, or grateful, or obligated. She took a step toward him. But I am here now. He nodded. And now the past has noticed you. Her heart pounded. What does that mean? It means I cannot protect you from a distance anymore. She swallowed. It means you have been protecting me all along. Yes. Emily let the truth settle. All the tension, the jealousy, the control. It was not possession. It was fear of losing her. She wiped her face. You should have told me. I know. But now you know. And now you choose. She stepped closer until they were only inches apart. I choose to stay. Alex exhaled slowly like he had been holding his breath for years. Then we stopped pretending. Outside the office, the city continued. Unaware. But inside, everything had changed. The city did not wait for permission. By morning, everything knew. Emily felt it before she saw it. Phones buzzing. Voices lowering. Eyes lifting the moment she stepped onto the floor. Her name was no longer just a name. It was a whisper. A signal. A test. Alex was already standing near her desk when she arrived. Not behind it. Not watching from the glass. Standing there like a shield. You are early, he said. So are you. He nodded once. Today we do not separate. Her heart tightened. Is it that bad? It is active. That word settled heavy. Active meant movement. Attention. Intent. Nico appeared from nowhere, jaw tight, grin gone for once. We have chatter. Not threats yet. But interest. Interest in what Emily asked. And Nico said honestly. Alex stepped closer, immediately placing himself between her and the open floor. No one speaks to her without going through me. Emily touched his arm. Alex. He looked down at her. You stay with me today. Everywhere. She searched his face. And saw no doubt there. Only decision. Meetings were moved. Rooms secured. Doors watched. Emily walked beside Alex through halls that now felt different. Less like a workplace. More like a stay. In the main conference room, conversations stopped when they entered. Eyes tracked them together. Not separately. A man near the far end leaned toward another. That is her. Alex heard it. Emily felt him tense. He did not let go of her hand. During a break, a tall man stepped forward, smile polite, eyes sharp. Rossi, he said. Did not expect to see you here with company. Alex answered calmly. You see what I allow you to see. The man gaze flicked to Emily. Last names travel fast. Alex moved fully in front of her. So do warnings. The man held up his hands, smiling. No offense. Just curiosity. Curiosity can be dangerous, Alex replied. The man studied them both, then stepped back. Enjoy the day. When he was gone, Emily exhaled shakily. That man knew. Yes. About my father. Yes. Fear rose in her chest. What if they come after me? Alex turned to her, instantly, hands firm on her arms. No one touches you. Not while I am breathing. The certainty in his voice grounded her. Not arrogance. Not ego. Truth. By afternoon, it was everywhere. Messages. Calls. Old names resurfacing. Ethan confirmed it quietly. Records leaked. Your name is circulating. Emily felt the weight of it press down. I did not ask for this. Alex cupped her face gently. And you are not paying for it. That evening, an event could not be cancelled. Too many eyes. Too much power in one room. Alex did not hesitate. We go together. Publicly. Yes. When they entered the ballroom, conversation died. Phones lowered. People stared. Alex's hand never left hers. Not once. Whispers followed them. That is her. Rossi brought her himself. A man in a gray suit stepped into their path. Bold. Smiling. Alex, he said. Interesting choice. Alex replied evenly. Careful. The man looked at Emily. That name has history. Alex's voice dropped cold. And you are done speaking. The man held Alex's gaze, then stepped aside. Emily's heart raced. They all know now. Alex leaned close. Then they all know where you stand. With you, she whispered. Always. When they reached the center of the room, Alex stopped. Turned. And did something no one expected. He lifted her hand. Not dramatic. Not rushed. Just visible. Let them see, he said quietly. Emily straightened. Fear still there. But pride rising stronger. This was no longer hiding. This was declaration. Whatever came next, they would face it together. And the city was watching. The truth arrived when the noise finally faded. When the ballroom emptied. When the city lights softened. When there was nowhere left to hide. Emily stood beside Alex in a quiet private room high above the street. Her hand was still in his. Not because of fear. Because of choice. Nico and Ethan stood nearby. Serious now. No jokes. No smiles. This is everything, Ethan said. We confirmed it all. Emily's heart tightened. Everything what? Alex turned to her slowly. His expression was calm but heavy. Like a man about to set something down after carrying it for years. Your father did not only ask me for protection. He made a trade. Her breath caught. A trade. Yes, Alex said. He gave information. Names, roots, secrets. Enough to destroy a rival family. Emily felt the room tilt. He betrayed them. He saved lives, Ethan said. Including yours. Alex nodded. Your father knew he would not survive once he did it. So he disappeared. Not to run. To erase himself. Emily's eyes burned. All this time. Alex stepped closer. He wanted you free of this world. Free of debt. Free of names. Free of fear. Then why am I here, she whispered. Because fate is cruel, Alex said softly. And because when you came back into my life, I could not ignore the promise. Emily looked at him. So everything. The watching. The protection. The jealousy. It was never control. No, Alex said. It was fear of failing him. And fear of losing you. Silence settled around them. Ethan spoke again. The rival family is gone. But there are people who remember. Who resent. Who would use you to reach him. Emily looked down at her hands. So I am a target. Alex shook his head firmly. You are not bait. You are not leverage. Then what am I? Alex lifted her chin gently. You are my choice. The words landed deeper than any confession. I will not hide you. I will not send you away. I will not cage you in protection. He continued. I will give you truth and a choice. Emily's chest rose and fell. Say it. Stay and build a life with me, knowing the danger. Or walk away tonight, and I will make sure no one ever follows you. Nico looked away. Ethan stayed silent. Emily did not hesitate. I am not walking away. Alex's breath hitched. I am not my father's shadow, she said. And I am not afraid of you. She stepped closer. I choose you. Something broke in Alex then. Not weakness. Release. He pulled her into his arms, holding her tight. Like something precious. Like something finally his. I love you, he said quietly. Emily closed her eyes. I love you too. Outside, the city kept moving. Inside, the world narrowed. Later that night, they stood alone by the window. The lights below looked small now. Your name will never be a weapon again, Alex said. Not while I am alive. Emily rested her head against his chest. Then we face tomorrow. Together. Always. And somewhere far below. The past finally let go. Emily Carter still walked the halls of Rossi Group like someone visiting a city that didn't belong to her yet. 12 days. That was all it had been. 12 days since she had stepped into the marble lobby with ceilings too high and silence too heavy, clutching a resume that suddenly felt laughably small. The building breathed power. Every step echoed like it carried weight. She had learned quickly to keep her shoulders straight, her voice calm, her head down. She worked hard. Too hard, maybe, double-checking files, memorizing names, apologizing even when she hadn't made a mistake. She knew people noticed. Some with curiosity, some with indifference, and some with eyes that lingered longer than they should have. She was standing at her desk mid-morning, organizing contracts she barely understood but refused to misplace, when Nico Romano leaned against the edge of her workstation like he owned it. Which, in a way, he almost did. Everyone knew Nico. The capo with the easy grin. The man who laughed too loud and spoke too freely. The one people adored and feared in equal measure. Morning, Bella, he said casually, tapping one finger on her desk. You settling in or still thinking about running? Emily smiled politely, still settling. Good, Nico said. I'd hate to lose you already. She laughed nervously, unsure if it was a joke. With Nico, it usually was, usually. He glanced around the open floor, eyes sharp beneath the charm, then looked back at her. So, he said lightly, like he was asking about lunch plans, do you have a boyfriend? The words hit her like a sudden draft through an open window. Emily blinked. Her fingers tightened around the folder she was holding. Around them, keyboards clicked. Phones rang. Conversations hummed. Yet it felt like the space had gone quiet just for her. She hesitated, then shrugged, trying to sound casual. Not yet. The moment the words left her mouth, something shifted. She didn't hear it at first. She felt it. A pressure, a change in the air, like a storm deciding whether to break. Across the floor, a door opened. Alex Rossi stepped out of his office. He moved with the kind of authority that didn't need announcing. Conversations softened instinctively. People straightened without realizing why. Even Nico's grin faltered for half a second. Alex stopped. He wasn't close enough to have heard everything, but he didn't need to. His gaze locked on Emily with terrifying precision, as if the words had traveled straight to him through instinct alone. Not yet. His jaw tightened, not visibly, just enough. His shoulders squared. The muscle in his neck flexed once like a warning. It lasted barely a second. But everyone felt it. Emily's breath caught. She didn't know why her heart suddenly raced or why her palms went cold. She only knew she had crossed into something she didn't understand. Nico noticed. Of course he did. Relax, boss, Nico said with a lazy grin, glancing at Alex. Just talking. Alex didn't look at him. His eyes stayed on Emily. They were dark, focused, intense in a way that made her feel like she was standing too close to the edge of something deep. She had spoken to him before, professionally, briefly. He had always been controlled, polite, distant. This was different. Emily shifted her weight, suddenly aware of her own breathing, her own voice, her own existence in a way she had never been before. Alex took one step forward. "Miss Carter," he said. His voice was low, calm, too calm. "My office, now." Nico's eyebrows lifted in open delight. "Ouch," he murmured. That sounded personal. Emily's face burned. "It's not," she said quickly, unsure who she was trying to convince. "It was just a question." Alex was already turning away. He didn't wait to see if she followed. He didn't need to. Emily swallowed and hurried after him, the folder clutched to her chest like a shield. As she passed Nico, he leaned in and whispered far too loudly, "Jealous bosses are dangerous, you know." "Please stop," she hissed, mortified. The office door closed behind her, with a soft but final click. Alex stood near his desk, arms crossed, looking out the window as if the city itself had offended him. For a moment, he didn't speak. He simply breathed, slowly, controlled, like someone holding back something sharp. Emily shifted on her feet. "Did I do something wrong?" she asked carefully. He turned. And in that moment, she knew one thing with certainty. That innocent question had changed everything. Whatever this was, it had been awakened. And it was watching her now. Emily stood in the center of Alex Rossi's office, feeling like she had stepped into a different world. The door had closed behind her. But the silence that followed was heavier than any sound outside. The glass walls looked out over the city. But right now, it felt like the room had no windows at all. Alex did not look at her immediately. He moved behind his desk. Slowly, deliberately, every motion controlled like a man putting armor back on. After being exposed, his jacket was off, sleeves rolled up, forearms tense. His presence filled the space without effort. "You seem distracted," he said at last. Emily straightened. "I am not," she replied quickly. "Nico was just joking." "That is exactly the problem," Alex said, before he could stop himself. The words came out sharper than intended the moment they landed. He seemed to realize it. His jaw tightened. He closed his eyes, briefly, then opened them again, calmer, colder. Emily noticed everything, the shift, the restraint, the tension under the surface. She took a careful step forward. "Did I do something wrong?" Alex rubbed his forehead. "No," he said, then paused. "But you should avoid conversations like that during work hours." She frowned. "Conversations like what?" He opened his mouth, then closed it again, clearly searching for control, for distance, for something that no longer came easily. He turned away from her, walked toward the window, and stared out at the city. Emily felt a strange mix of nerves and curiosity. She had never seen a man like this, not uncertain, not conflicted, especially not someone like Alex Rossi. "Are you upset because he asked me if I have a boyfriend?" she asked softly. "No," Alex said too fast. She tilted her head. "So you are not upset?" He exhaled sharply. "I did not say that either." A small laugh escaped her before she could stop it. She turned quickly, pretending to organize the folder in her hands, to hide the smile forming on her lips. Alex turned back toward her. His gaze followed her movement, then stopped on her face. The air between them tightened again. "We have a meeting in 30 minutes, he said, voice steady. "Once more, you will attend with me. Take notes. Stay close. They ask unexpected questions." Emily nodded, relieved to have something normal to hold onto, of course. He handed her a folder. Their fingers brushed. The contact was accidental, brief, yet electric. Both of them froze. Alex pulled his hand back, first clearing his throat. Emily felt warmth spread through her chest for reasons she did not understand. The meeting was intense. Alex commanded the room with authority that silenced everyone else. Emily followed his cues, instinctively passing documents, answering questions, anticipating needs, without being asked. When it ended, Alex glanced at her with something like approval. "You handled yourself well," he said. "Thank you," she replied. "I did not want to disappoint you." You did not. His voice softened, just enough to make her heart stumble. As they stepped back into the hallway, Nico appeared like he had been summoned by chaos itself, leaning against Emily's desk, grin wide, eyes bright. Back already? He asked Emily. I still did not get my answer. I answered, she said quickly. No, Nico waved his hand. I did not ask why you do not have a boyfriend yet. Before Emily could respond, Alex stepped forward, so fast it startled her. Nico. He said sharply, find something productive to do. For the first time since she had met him, Nico went silent. He lifted his hands in surrender, then winked at Emily. Adorable trouble, he muttered before walking away. Emily stood frozen. Alex turned to her, then away, then back again. You can take your lunch break early. Are you sure? She asked. Yes, go eat, rest. She nodded, grabbed her bag, and headed toward the elevator. Her mind raced as the doors closed, leaving Alex standing alone in the hallway, staring at the metal panel like it had personally betrayed him. Later that afternoon, Emily returned, determined to act normal, but as she stepped inside, she saw Alex in his office holding a small picture frame. He closed the drawer quickly when he noticed her. Everything okay? She asked. Yes, he replied, too fast, then softer, just old memories. He handed her more documents. I will need you to stay late today. No problem, she said. Their hands brushed again, this time. Neither of them moved away immediately. Emily, he began, then stopped when voices echoed outside. We will talk later, he said quietly. Stay close today. A shiver ran through her. She did not know why, but she knew something had shifted, something dangerous, something possessive. And whatever it was, it had awakened because of her. By the next morning, Emily could feel it before anyone said a word. The air inside Rossi Group had changed. Not louder, not quieter, just sharper. People looked at her longer than before. Some with curiosity, some with interest, some with something closer to calculation. She told herself it was her imagination, but imagination did not follow her to the coffee machine or pause when she walked past. She reached her desk and exhaled slowly, trying to ground herself. Focus on work. Paper files, emails, numbers. Normal things. Good morning, Miss Carter. She nearly jumped. Nico Romano leaned against the divider, smiling like he had been waiting for this exact moment. You are going to kill me one day, she said, pressing a hand to her chest. He grinned. That is the dream. Then his smile shifted, just a little. You okay? She blinked. Yes, why? You are typing like the keyboard, insulted your family. Emily glanced down. Her fingers were moving too fast, too hard. She pulled her hands back, embarrassed. Just tired. Nico hummed thoughtfully. Did the boss talk to you yesterday? Her stomach tightened. A little, she said carefully. Nico nodded like that explained everything. Let me guess. He told you to stay close. He glared at someone. He pretended it was about work. And you left feeling confused and warm at the same time. Emily stared at him. How do you know that? Nico tapped his temple. Experience. Before she could argue, the elevator doors opened. Alex Rossi stepped out. Conversation around the floor dipped instantly. He wore a dark suit, sleeves, rolled slightly, hair not perfectly styled. Effortless control. His eyes found Emily immediately. Not scanning, not searching. Just finding. Good morning, Emily, he said. Her pulse jumped. Good morning, Mr. Rossi. Something flickered in his expression when she said his name. Approval, warmth, restraint. Nico leaned closer and whispered. Careful, your face is turning pink. Nico, she hissed. Alex handed her a folder. I need these reviewed before noon. Of course. And stay near my office today, he added. Several meetings. She nodded. Nico mouthed dramatically, he is obsessed. She almost kicked him. Alex paused. Is everything all right? Yes, she replied too quickly. Just busy. If anyone bothers you, Alex said, lowering his voice. You tell me. Her chest tightened. I will. He walked into his office. The glass wall did nothing to hide the fact that he watched her until she sat. Nico slid back into place. You two are exhausting. We are not anything, she whispered. Sure, he said. And I am a dentist. Meetings came one after another. Emily stood beside Alex passing documents before he asked, reading numbers before he spoke. At one point during a tense discussion, he leaned close. Good catch on that chain. His breath brushed her ear. She forgot how to breathe. During a short break, she stepped into the hall. Cool air. Quiet. She did not expect Alex to follow. You did well today, he said. You look overwhelmed. I am adjusting. If this is too much. It is not, she said quickly. I want to be here. Something softened in his face. Like relief. Before anything else could be said, Nico's voice echoed. There you are. Who is buying lunch? Emily jumped back. Alex glared. Nico laughed. I am just saying, boss, you glare at everyone who breathes near her. Romano, Alex said slowly. Disappear. Already gone. The hallway fell quiet again. Alex looked at her. Stay close after lunch, he said. There is something I want to discuss. Her heart skipped. Okay. As she walked back to her desk, she felt it clearly now. The attention. The protection. The weight of being watched. This was no longer just a job. And whatever Rossi was holding back, it was getting harder for him to hide it. Emily knew something was wrong the moment Alex called her into his office again. Not wrong like paperwork or deadlines. Wrong like instinct. The door closed behind her, and this time the silence felt heavier than before. Alex did not sit. He stood near the window, watching the street, below like he expected something to appear. You asked me yesterday if you were in danger, he said without turning. Emily froze slightly. I did. He nodded slowly. I did not give you a full answer. Her heartbeat quickened. So now you are. He turned toward her, and for the first time since she met him, she saw something unguarded in his eyes. Concern, real concern. There are people who pay attention to my world, he said. To my building. To the people near me. Emily swallowed. Why are you telling me this? Because you work near me. Because attention spreads. And because I do not like coincidences when it comes to your safety. Her stomach tightened. My safety. Alex stepped closer, not invading her space, but close enough that she felt the gravity of him. You are not in danger right now. But I do not take risks. She hugged the folder to her chest. Are you saying someone might hurt me? No. He answered immediately. I am saying I will not allow anything to reach you. The certainty in his voice sent a shiver through her. It was not reassurance. It was promise. What do I need to do? She asked quietly. Stay close. No unnecessary errands. No leaving the building alone. If anything feels wrong, you come to me. Emily stared at him. That sounds like protection. Alex's jaw tightened. It is. And if I do not want that kind of protection? For a brief moment, something dark flickered behind his eyes. Then it was gone. Then you still stay close, he said. Because this is not optional. Her breath caught. That was not how bosses spoke. That was how men who owned danger spoke. She took a careful breath. Why me? Alex did not answer right away. He looked at her like the truth was heavy. Like saying it might change something. Because you matter, he said finally. The words hit harder than she expected. They settled deep in her chest. She laughed softly, not because it was funny, but because it overwhelmed her. I have only been here 2 weeks. Time does not decide value, Alex replied. The silence between them stretched. Not uncomfortable. Charged. A knock interrupted them. Nico's voice came through the door. Boss, we have an issue downstairs. Alex did not take his eyes off Emily. Stay here, he said. He left without another word. Emily stood alone, staring at the door. Her mind raced. Protection. Danger. Attention. She had walked into Rossi Group looking for a job. She was standing inside something far bigger. Minutes passed. Too many. When Alex returned, his face was calm, but his eyes were sharp. Someone asked questions, he said. About what? About you. Her chest tightened. Who would do that? Someone curious. Someone testing. Testing what? Testing me. He stepped closer again, instinctively, placing himself between her and the door. I do not want you frightened, he said. But I need you aware. She nodded slowly. I trust you. The words surprised them both. Alex looked at her like something inside him cracked, just a little. Good, he said quietly. As she left the office, she felt it fully now. This was no longer just protection. It was possession. And whatever lines separated the two, they were already standing on it. The first time Emily heard her last name spoken differently, she felt it in her bones. Not louder. Not sharper. Just heavier. She was standing near the copy room, reviewing numbers when two men walked past her. Their voices were low, controlled, the kind of voices that never needed to rise. Carter, one of them said quietly. The other paused. That Carter. Emily froze. Her fingers tightened around the papers. They did not look at her. They did not say more. But the way the first man nodded told her everything. They knew something. She returned to her desk with a strange ache in her chest. She told herself it was coincidence. Carter was a common name. It meant nothing. But when she glanced toward Alex's office, she saw him standing perfectly still. His phone pressed to his ear. His face unreadable. Then his gaze lifted and locked on her. The call ended immediately. Emily's heart began to race. She stood without thinking and walked toward his office. The door was already open. Come in, he said before she spoke. The moment she stepped inside, he closed the door. This time not gently. What is it, she asked, trying to sound calm. Alex did not answer right away. He moved around his desk, slowly, like he was organizing his thoughts. Then he looked at her. Someone recognized your name. The words landed hard. Recognized how she asked. Recognized enough to ask questions. Her stomach twisted. About what? About where you came from. About how long you've been here. About who hired you. Emily felt heat rise in her chest. That sounds normal. It is not, he said firmly. Why not? Because no one should care. She swallowed. Do they know me? No. And they will not. The certainty in his voice sent a chill through her. What does that mean? It means I will not allow it. She stared at him. You keep saying that. Because it is true. Emily took a step closer. Alex, why does my name matter? His jaw tightened. For the first time since she met him, he looked unsure. Just for a moment. It should not, he said. But it does. Silence pressed between them. She could hear her own heartbeat. She could hear his breathing slow and controlled. Tell me the truth, she said softly. Alex turned away, walking to the window. The city stretched beneath him, cold and vast. Your name carries history, he said. My history, she whispered. Not yours. That made it worse. Then whose? He closed his eyes briefly. Your father. Emily breath caught. My father left when I was a child. I barely remember him. I know. Then why does he matter? Because he crossed paths with people who remember. She shook her head. I do not understand. Alex turned back toward her. And I do not want you to. That is the point. Her chest tightened. You are protecting me from something you will not explain. Yes. That is not fair. He stepped closer. Fair does not keep people safe. She felt anger rise mixed with fear. I did not ask for this. I know. Then why am I in the middle of it? Alex's voice dropped. Because you walked into my world without knowing you were already part of it. The words sent a shiver through her. You knew my name before I applied, she said slowly. His silence answered for him. Emily felt the room tilt. You hired me because of my father. No, he said immediately. You earned the job. But you noticed. Yes. Why did you not tell me? Because I wanted your life to stay yours. Her eyes burned. You do not get to decide that. I do when danger is involved. She stared at him. The power in his posture. The control in his tone. And beneath it, fear. Not for himself. For her. As she turned to leave, her voice shook. Whatever this is, it is not over. Alex watched her walk out knowing she was right. Because the past had noticed her. And it was not done yet.